Hey guys, so this is my confession. So I did a detail or don't no. I was working out in the sunlight, and this was a couple videos back. I was getting my vehicle ready for date night and noticed that I had some really bad water spots on my hood. If you haven't seen the video, go back, check it out. I don't need to recap. But anyways, come to find out, I've realized that I ceramic coated over water spots that were still there. So we're now going into a deep compound state, and we are having to break out kind of the big guns. So if you've got really bad water spots, you've tried acid, you've tried a light polish, nothing's really working, I'm going to tell you guys this is a fantastic combo right here. You're going to want to get this stuff right here, Meguiar's D300. This stuff smells like cinnamon, oddly enough. It reminds me of home. My mom always burns cinnamon oil on a lamp. I don't know if any of you guys' moms do that. They have like the little metal ring on the lamp and they burn it, and I'm actually allergic to cinnamon, so it makes my eyes water, but it's just so homey feeling. It's awesome. I love you, Mom. You're probably watching, so I love you. Thank you for always making our home smell just cozy. But we're going to follow up with our D302, which drives me crazy that you do compound polish, then finishing wax, and they don't have it in numerical order. Meguiar's, come on. We're OCD, we detailers. We need D300 for the compound, D301 for the polish, and then D302 for the finishing wax. But no, y'all have D301 for your finishing wax, and then D302 for your polish, just because it's like you had an afterthought. I think they actually did design it that they realized that there was a haze going on with the microfibers. So I actually have my GG6, it's all pretty pink color, but I have my GG6, my microfiber cutting pad, and we're going to town, so let me show you what kind of results I'm getting. Alright, so you can see the lovely ceramic coated water spots. It actually doesn't show up in sunlight. This is what it looks like in sunlight. Beautiful, shiny, glassy, but when you see it kind of in the shade with indirect lighting, you can still see the water spots. Ugh. It's so hideous. But we've done half of this, and yep, you can tell I've done that part. And not done that part. Done that part. So, we're going to go ahead and finish this up. I was hoping to be able to kind of do an experiment with IGL still being down on the hood and then topping it with Shield. But obviously that is not the case. We're probably removing everything. So we're going to actually top this with Shield. And then I'm actually going to, because I polished this one because of doggy nail scratches, I haven't put anything on this, but when I've washed my vehicle, I have noticed that the water activity is falling kind of flat. It doesn't look like there's much to anything right there. I'm actually going to top this with Shield, since I believe there's still a very light base coat of poly on there. And then I'm actually probably going to completely polish this one off as well. And we're going to add Cupion 2.0. So I'll have 3 panels to kind of experiment, because I feel like DPC Shield is very similar to Cupion 2.0. Both are 12 months ceramic product, one being a sealant, one being a coating. The application processes are completely different, but I want to see close up what kind of water bay behavior we have. So we'll have DPC Shield on the hood, we'll have Cupion 2.0 right here, and then we're going to have kind of a light base coat of IGL poly, and I'll show you what that water activity looks like so you can kind of see there is still something there, but it's not, I would say it's not the full level of how Quartz Plus works. And then you'll be able to see on the other corresponding panels what IGL Quartz Plus looks like. So I think that'll be kind of a neat comparison for a lot of you guys, especially entry-level ceramic coaters, what Shield looks like, Cupion 2.0. Both are very, I would say, appropriate for mobile detailers. They can be done outdoors. They don't necessarily need to have like a sealed environment like IGL Quartz Plus does. So these are great options. So this will give you a great visualization of the gloss, of the water behavior, and kind of the the hydrophobicity that can come with them, because even IGL Quartz will claim up to 12 months of hydrophobicity and up to 3 years of gloss and shine. So even after a year, that hydrophobic property is going to kind of start to fall off, and that's where you're going to be bringing in your Premier and topping it off. And that's where I think, you know, this experiment of topping a panel that's kind of failing, and this could kind of be that panel of where, you know, what does your water behavior look like when a ceramic coating is starting to wear off. We're going to top that with Shield and see if Shield can be used paired with other ceramic coatings that may be failing, and you're like, I don't want to have to necessarily compound everything off, I just want to top it and keep going with the ease of maintenance and the glass like reflection and the protection. This might be a cool option. So I'm not saying that this is, you know, DPC approved or anything like that. This is me kind of wanting to do my own little experiment, but this became a lot longer than I anticipated. My kids are going crazy, so I'm gonna step in and do my mom thing. But alright, so I have compounded and polished the hood and the front wheel panel fender. We're gonna go ahead, and this one, like I said, it's already starting to kind of deteriorate. I think I removed a good portion of it. I don't think all of it's gone, but I'm gonna show you the water behavior so that none of you are thinking that I'm lying. Alright, so you can see there's something there. It's sheeting. It's not, this is what IGL Quartz Plus looks like when it is fresh. Okay, so you can see massive beading. Not so much. Okay, let's see what happens over here. Alright, so we still got some sheeting, and there may be still base coat, so let's see what QP-On does. We're going to adapt, but I'm not going to continue to cut. I don't want to do any more damage to the clear coat. But you can see I've done compound with the D302, I have, or 300, 302 with the polish, and then I did about 2 or 3 rounds of Carb Pro Eraser to remove any polishing oil, so there's nothing there. I haven't polished my vehicle or waxed it recently. So let's see what happens to the hood. Alright. There's still something there, y'all. I don't know what it is. It's not like it's raising its hand and saying, "Hi, my name is IGL Poly." I did a compound. I know for sure that's not normal quartz. That looks more like Shield, but I'm pretty sure because I locked in the water spots underneath the Shield that I've removed the Shield with the compound. I've removed the water spots because you can see beautifulness, no water spots. In fact, I don't think there's a scratch on my hood. It's gonna be the prettiest part of my car, but really, isn't that all that matters? No one else looks anywhere else, but I deter. So you can see. Alright, we're just going to go ahead. We've called this panel prepped. We're just going to top it with Shield. It's my personal vehicle. Alright, so I've coated half of this hood. I'm going to go ahead and do the QP-On here. So that way I can get the water activation portion over, let that dry, and then we're going to finish the Shield here and here. So let me show you how the QP-On is applied. So we've got our microfiber. We've got about 1 to 20, or 20 to 1. Alright, we're just going to go ahead, get that nice and primed. We don't need a lot, this is just one panel. And we're just going to go ahead and apply that. We're just going to overlap it. What's great about this stuff, you can do it on glass, you can do it on trim, paint, wheels. I've not tried it on tires. I would imagine it would do something. This stuff is pretty awesome. Alright. So we've applied that. Just kind of work it into the paint, do your crisscross hatch pattern. Sorry if I'm not even showing that in the video because I am focusing on what I'm doing and not the video, so forgive me guys. Alright, so that's worked in. We're going to go ahead, buff it off. Alright, we've got our microfiber. We're just going to go ahead and lightly kind of level that. You don't really have to buff it off. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and get some water. I actually have a damp microfiber here. You don't need a very wet one. You can do damp. You can hose it down, you can get a spray bottle, there's a couple different methods. But we're just gonna go ahead, you can see it's damp. We're just gonna damp wipe that. And then I'm gonna go ahead, buff it off again. And this stuff actually has kind of like a raspberry smell. It's funny how they all have their own smells. D302 smells like cinnamon. 300, 302 smells like kind of that banana chapstick we used to wear as a kid. And then this stuff smells kind of like blue raspberry popsicles. So, all right, that's done. And let me show you what that water behavior looks like. Hang on. All right, so you saw what the water behavior was before this. Let's go ahead and show you what it looks like after. Nice tight beads. Sorry if you can't see that. Before it was sheeting, and now it is beading. Cool. So we're gonna go to dry this off, and we're gonna do our shield on the other panels. All right, so we've got our DPC Shield. Got our microfiber applicator. We're gonna try to do this with one hand. I am off screen, tipping 1, 2 dots. And y'all, if you've learned anything from me, put the cap back on, because you're gonna knock it over. That stuff is so lightweight. All right, we've got 1, 2 dots. Like I said, I've already done half of this hood. And do our level. No pressure, just very light, even swipes. You can see here, we got everything spread uniformly, if you can see. Focus, there we go. All right. We're gonna give that a few more seconds. We've got our mule tail. I was using the IGL coatings. If you see right here, we've got our rainbow effect going on. We're gonna give about 10 more seconds. And this is what I love about this product. I'm outside. It is humid. We're gonna buff that off. It's humid as all get out. I don't need special lights because this stuff is so easy to wipe off. I caught a bug on the tail end. That's the only downfall. But at least he died pretty and shiny. Alright, let's take a look at our work. Woo! No more Waterspots. Gonna have the shiniest car in the grocery store parking lot, because that's about pretty much the only places I go. I'm a mom. It's either that or the pool. Alright, y'all. Gonna go ahead and do this other panel. Alright, everybody. It's about to start raining, so I'm gonna do this real quick. But we are well past the 24-hour cure window before water can make contact, so I want to show you guys what kind of water activity we have. Alright, so this is the hood that was topped with Shield. And then here's our QP on 2.0. And you can see we've got nice beads. And over here, this is Shield as well, so you can see how the water is performing on this. Now let's compare it to the quartz panel. Now you can see this is beading. It is not sheeting very much. When we hit this, the panel is wanting to almost sheet dry. I think I actually prefer that versus the beading when you are parked. When you're driving, obviously the beading is going to come in handy. But that is actually really cool how the water is just sheeting dry. And then again, here's our Cupion. And then we've got our shield on the hood. You can see, as from before, the gloss, everything is pretty uniform. I wouldn't say one stands out as glossier over the other. I mean, you tell me. Can you see a difference? Let me dry these off and then we'll come back and we'll see if we can see a difference. Alright, so we are dry. This is the hood in comparison to the rest of the vehicle. Now this entire side is IGL Quartz Plus. To the naked eye, you cannot tell a difference in gloss. This is the Cupion 2.0. This is the, I would say, whatever was left of IGL and Shield. And this is IGL Quartz Plus. So you tell me, can you tell a difference? And what is it that you are looking for in a coating? Are you looking for sheeting versus beading? Are you looking for ease of application? Are you looking for longevity? What works for you? This is a 12-month ceramic sealant. It's going to be highly chemical resistant. It's not going to have the scratch resistance that some coatings may claim. But what I like about this is you can purchase an entire bottle and dilute it 1 to 20, apply it very easily in the outside. You apply it, buff it off, and then water activate it with either mist setting or a wet microfiber, or hose it down even, dry it off, and it's done. So if you're a mobile detailer, this is a great option because you cannot tell a difference from Shield or even IGL poly probably in the beading. Now Quartz Plus, this is kind of IGL's top tier before you get to Kenzo, and if you are not necessarily Kenzo certified, it is a great option for you to provide to customers. 12-month hydrophobicity, up to 3 years of gloss, and that's going to be on this panel here. But for DPC Shield, I applied this outside. I let it cure outside. It took me 5 minutes to apply, let flash and buff off, and I was done. So these are some great options for any of you guys who are looking for, you know, a ceramic coating, ceramic sealing, something to protect your vehicle that's very easy to apply. And honestly, you can't tell a difference when you're looking at it from the naked eye. Let's even come out here. You tell me. Can you tell a difference? Let's even go over here. So, I hope you guys enjoy this little comparison. You know, not every coating is made alike, but in all reality, when you've got 3 different products on one vehicle and you can't tell a difference, what does that tell you? Are you going to pay for a high quality product and pay $100 for one application? Or are you going to pay for a product, you know, that you can't, you know, buff the panel and you have to go into a sealed environment to reapply? Or do you want something like Cupion 2.0 or DPC Shield that if you were to have a scratch or watermark stain the paint, you can compound it, polish it, reapply this, even if it's just a panel, reapply this, and you're going to have the hydrophobicity, the gloss that you're looking for. So, for any of you, you know, this may have turned into a comparison of IGL Quartz Plus with, you know, if you were to top it with Shield and with Cupion 2.0, but this is kind of turned into what to do when you have watermarks and you need to kind of patch it, but you don't necessarily want to have to take it back to an expensive install detail or professional detailer and have them reapply it. This is a great DIY solution for that. So hope you guys enjoy it, and we'll catch you in the next video.